Today marks nearly 2 weeks since we lost one of our dearest members, Lillian Wagner. Lillian's husband, Gil Wagner, is our club's founding father. So by association, Lillian was our founding mother. Along with Gil, Lillian was a longtime member of ABC Toastmasters. She was an active member who served many times as a club officer. More significantly, she served as an unofficial mentor and surrogate mother for many of us in the club. I'll never forget the day, although I would like to, when I was competing in a club speech contest and my mind suddenly went blank right in the middle of the speech. I had to stop and leave the lectern. It was one of the most humiliating, embarrassing, and humbling experiences of my life. I left the room with the intention of never returning to Toastmasters again. A few days later, I received a comforting call from Lillian reminding me how Toastmasters is a place for us to practice our speaking techniques and learn by trial and error. A place where we don't have to worry about failing from time to time, as long as we learn from our mistakes and get better. After hearing her kind, encouraging words, and after Dave Weeson put a gun to my head, I returned to the club, completed that speech, and went on to do many more successful speeches. With Lillian's motherly prodding, I entered another speech contest, won the area competition, and went on to win the division contest. I then went to the district contest, where I came in second against contestants from 5 other states.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Lillian and Gil were there to cheer me all along the way. Any improvements and success that I have with public speaking, I attribute to the support and guidance of Lillian and Gil, and I know many other members of this club can say the same thing. Therefore, in honor of this wonderful lady who touched many of our lives, I would like to make a motion to change the name of ABC Toastmasters to the Lillian Wagner Memorial Toastmasters Club. Is there a second?
A second.
Now, I contacted Toastmaster membership, and they were very supportive of this idea, and in fact, there are many clubs throughout the nation who are named in memorial tribute to members. The process is simple. We have to take a vote, and if the majority of members agrees, then I can contact Toastmasters tomorrow and the name can be official. So, we have a second. Is there any discussion of the motion?
My discussion would be, this is very surprising. My wife will probably not say that she would approve of that, but it is a great honor, and I would abstain from the voting, and I think that's a very good tribute, but I don't know if she would approve of that, and that's all I can say. I would abstain from voting, and thanks for the suggestion. That's all I have to say.
As far as point of discussion, Gil, do you think as opposed to renaming the club, if we named a certain award, such as a Toastmaster, who might have brought in the largest number of members during the year in her honor? Or do you have any suggestions as far as how we could honor her?
Well, in that regard, she's a very humble person. She would simply say that she hoped that her presence and her mentoring helped everyone. And just like me, really, that is my reward. And that's why I spend a lot of time in Toastmasters. I enjoy the organization, and I enjoy the people in the organization, and I feel great that folks are improving. That is my reward here. 33 years! That is my reward. That's what I like to do. Now, she got out because she said, well, after 30 years, I'm tired. So she's no longer a part of the organization. But she supported me all the way. And I know I wouldn't want you guys to name this club after me, because I would say, that's not really what I'm here for. I'm here to mentor, and I enjoy it. Now, it's true, at ABC, we no longer are in the ABC building. We have to agree there. And they would say, name the club, whatever you want to name a club. But I would have to abstain. But just because I abstain does not mean that the group can carry on. It's just that that is a big step naming a club. And if you're going to name the club after me, I would say no. Now, and I would think that she might say not necessary. Because she enjoyed being a member of the club and she enjoyed tutoring people. And that is really her reward. Now, I have to admit that other people outside of ABC, outside of our group, would say, oh, they named after Lillian Wagner. They would say, oh, that's curious. Has that been done much before? And no, it has not been done much before. And that's all I can say.
I see Elizabeth has her hand up.
I just have two questions. Jonathan, when you did your research for other clubs who have changed names, what did you find out?
Okay, well, I talked to the Toastmaster International membership, and they said there are a number of clubs that have been named in tribute to people, yes. They're probably not, I don't know of any here in Maryland, but there are throughout the country.
So the president has already
Oh, yes.
established.
Yes.
That. Then, since we are no longer ABC in the ABC building, with that organization, I think, and I would support it, it would be appropriate to rename it. And since Lillian was one of our star members, I would support naming it in her honor. So I call for the question.
I hear that you've called for the question, and what that means is that we then vote if we want more discussion or if we're ready to bring the motion to vote. Do we need any more discussion?
I have a question. I didn't know Lillian, but I feel that my life is sort of short-stopped because of that. She sounds like she was a wonderful woman. As her husband, how would you feel about that? I mean, because you're here carrying on her legacy, and now this club bears her name, and you are the living presence here. How would that make you feel?
I would not be against it because she is my loving wife. And just like she supported others, she supported me. And at the funeral, pleasant words I said about her were all true. So I would not be against it. I would abstain from voting. And also, if I read something, oh, the Lillian Wagner Memorial Club. Interesting. That's all I would say. I'm glad that Anna is my wife, and that's all I would say.
Elizabeth?
If we go in this direction, does it mean that we have to get, for our charter, we have to change our charter name or to get another number?
No, the number would be...
We already have a number as ABC.
Yeah, the number would be the same, and basically, I just have to get on the website and change it, and it's changed. It's that simple. But we have to have a majority of members who approve of it. I just can't go do it myself.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question. Even though I remember, this is something that popped in my mind. Just want a clarification. I understand why you want to abstain, because you're the husband and part of this club. So for being new, for my opinion, I guess, is that you're saying it's okay, and the club will, as if they vote unanimously, that you're okay with that.
I'm okay.
But you're going to abstain because of the fact that you're here,
And she's my
and
wife.
your vote should not be included in the vote to have this done. Is that what I understand?
Yes, and I'm not sure if she would say yes to this. She would probably be like my feelings, I wouldn't want the club to be named after me. Because that's not my purpose. My purpose is to enjoy Toastmasters. I've always enjoyed Toastmasters, no matter what the name of the club is. And that's how I feel. This will not add or subtract to my enjoying Toastmasters.
Any more discussion?
I just have one question. Can you repeat the proposed new name of the club?
Yes. So if the members approve, the new name of the club will be the Lillian Wagner Memorial Toastmasters Club.
And would you know of the other clubs that were renamed in someone's honor if memorial was included? Or was it just the name? Did you have any examples at all?
That's the one I picked, but we could leave that out if you don't.
Well, I have a comment there. Now, memorials seems a little appropriate to me because William Wagner's Toastmasters Club, you know, she's no longer here, but it is a memorial to her. So,
Right, I mean, the memorial means tribute.
yeah,
Yeah.
that seemed like William Wagner's Toastmasters Club. I don't think she would like that. Memorial, okay.
You think tomorrow's okay?
Yeah. But she would say that's going too far. She was actually a humble person. Even though she's a funny person, she had a humble side to her. She was, that's not necessary.
As far as renaming the club? One of the things, yes, I'm sorry.
Could I add something?
Mhm.
I am for this, very much so, but I do want to make sure that Gil feels warm and fuzzy about it. And if there would be any virtue in giving Gil some more time to consider it versus doing this tonight, that might be an option too. I just wanted to throw that out there because I feel like your feelings are the most important here. And if you needed more time to weigh it, we could delay our vote, perhaps.
It could be, the vote could be,
Would not change.
Your feelings?
Now, I will think about how others feel about this club changing the name. But on the other hand, I would say that if the group, and actually there are a lot of people who know that who are not here, who are past members, feel that she should be so honored, then I would say, fine, if it's a group decision.
And actually, I talked to some people from other groups, and they thought it was a great idea.
you know, one of the
From
things.
other clubs, I mean.
One of the things that I would present is if I feel that we need to make sure that we have a quorum, first of all, of our membership. And also that, because we do have folks that are members that are not here, and this is a very serious step that we will be taking. So I think that we should really make sure that we have the support.
We do have a quorum of members.
What's our numbers of membership?
About
VP
8.
membership? What's it?
We have about 8 paying
You
members.
need 8,
18.
right?
Well, but paying members, though.
Oh.
Paying, we have how many?
About 8.
8 paying members?
About,
Who are here?
8 paying,
we
how many, what is our membership at this time?
On this list is 15.
I don't think everyone's paid.
No.
Well, the quorum for the ones who are paid is what, 8 or 9?
Yeah.
It'll be, if there are 8, it will be 5.
Okay.
Quorum will be 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or 10.
You're abstaining those?
Oh, yeah, I'm saying.
So that would be 9.
Doreen, and then I go to Elizabeth. Go on, Doreen.
I thought, you said the people that's not here, how many people we have in total that are members without group? Could we go on the phone and make a phone call just and share that information with them so they could, I'm quite sure.
I mean, in terms of paying members, we have a quorum here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elizabeth, you had your hand up.
I was going to say something similar, that it appears that if you want to make a big major change like this, we would send it out to the membership and saying this is what we propose. And then at a later time, finalize decision.
And many groups, and I know I would have to do that in my community group, that such a vote that has such a large significance, you need to let the membership know
Right.
that this is the vote on the table.
Right.
And that either they would need to make sure to attend at that time.
Right.
Right.
Send a proxy.
And I guess my question would be, and I probably should know the answer to this being a new member, but do we have bylaws? And do bylaws, in the bylaws, does it reference any type advance notice of a vote? And usually your bylaws usually covers whether or not you have a quorum of then the paying members, but sometimes it also will indicate whether or not a vote to the membership is, required 7 days notice or something like that to submit a proxy. So that's my question. Do we have bylaws that talk about the vote? And if so, what's the requirement?
There are bylaws regarding changing the name of the club, and it can be changed. And I think it's like a quorum of the voting members. By voting members, you have to be a member of the club. Now, sometimes you can make decisions right at the club meeting if there's a quorum, and like, we have a quorum here. And other times, the group might suggest, well, we want to contact the other members because this is so significant. And we can make that decision right now if someone requested. The group at the meeting agreed that this could happen, but we want maybe a majority instead of just a quorum of the officers, not the officers, but the members. And that can be done by sending out notices with what we're going to vote for. But yes, the name can be changed very easily with the membership.
So Emma, are you presenting a motion, Gil?
No? I just answered your question.
I
Yes.
just want to have one other comment. Given with Bill's responses, I think it would just be a courtesy to give notice to all the members, and, just a short time period. I don't think there's any harm in the delay to extend the courtesy to the other members, or the other paid members, whichever.
It's paid members.
Do we have a second for Elizabeth's motion?
Is it a time set? How long you want it to be? 6 months? How long you trying to extend it?
Well, what I think would be a good idea is to, if Chartreuse, you could send an email to all the members and say that we're going to have this vote on the next meeting.
Do I have a motion? I'd like to,
The motion for, what is the motion for?
okay, we did one motion, there was discussion, and then the second motion, I take yours as a second motion,
Right, the
Elizabeth.
second motion was to extend the courtesy by announcing the proposed name change of the club to all of the members.
Okay, Elizabeth Stenley seconds that motion. When you gather motions like this, what we have to do is deal with the first motion, and then we go to deal with the second motion. So the first motion that Jonathan had presented and was second, and we've discussed, was renaming the club for Lillian Wagner Memorial Toastmasters.
Yeah.
Do we have a vote on that? All those in favor of changing the name, please indicate by raising your hand. And these are only members? Elizabeth, you have that count?
Yes. Do again, I had six. It's 8.
All those that are against changing the name? Do we have any who abstain?
I'd say.
2.
Two.
And then the second vote was to table, actually, the action. And to vote at a later date after we do complete notification of all members. What is the vote? All those in agreement with that? Abstaining?
Thank you.
And then offering to everyone the opportunity to vote after informing all members of the club.
This is for table.
This is for table.
Until, are you taking the vote?
Yes.
Okay.
All those in favor of tabling to vote?
Waiting to take the vote.
Right, that's what. Any of those who abstain from voting? Any who say, no, we should not take